1978. San Francisco wasn't just a city. It was the gay mecca, and at the beating heart of it all was Harvey Milk. He wasn't your typical politician. He had a megaphone, a toothy grin, and a radical idea. He didn't just want a seat at the table, he wanted to build a whole new house. Harvey Milk was the first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California as a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors.
There's hope for a better tomorrow. Without hope, not only gays, but those blacks, and the Asians, and the disabled, the seniors, the us's. Without hope, the us's give up.
But hope is expensive, and across the hall in the corridors of power, a man named Dan White was calculating the cost. White was a former cop and firefighter, the self-appointed defender of traditional values. To him, Harvey Milk wasn't a pioneer. He was the face of a world changing far too fast. By November, the tension reached a boiling point. Dan White had resigned his seat on the Board of Supervisors, claiming he couldn't live on the salary. But 5 days later, he wanted back in. Initially, Mayor George Moscone, a progressive ally, was going to let him, but the political winds shifted. Harvey Milk and other liberals lobbied hard. Don't give the seat back to a conservative who stands against everything we are building. On the morning of November 27th, after being tipped off that the mayor was appointing a liberal replacement, Dan White crawled through a basement window to bypass the metal detectors. In his pocket, a .38 revolver. In his mind, a mission. White went to Mayor Moscone first. 5 shots echoed through the office. While aides mistook the sound for a car backfiring, White was already moving. He reloaded his weapon and walked down the hall to find Harvey Milk. "Harvey, may I see you for a minute?" Within minutes, the heart of the movement was silenced. The city was paralyzed. Dianne Feinstein, then president of the board, had to deliver the news through tears.
Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
But the real shock came in the courtroom. White's lawyers didn't argue he was innocent. They argued he was depressed. Their evidence? He had started eating junk food. This became the infamous Twinkie Defense. And it worked. Instead of murder, White was convicted of voluntary manslaughter. His sentence? Only 7 years. The city erupted in the White Night Riots, a violent outpouring of grief and rage against a system that seemed to value a killer's life more than the victims. Dan White served 5 years and eventually took his own life in 1985. But Harvey Milk, his voice only got louder. Months before he died, Milk recorded a tape to be played only in the event of his assassination. He knew the risks, he knew the hate, but he refused to let it win.
I know that when a person is assassinated after they have achieved victory, there are several possibilities. One is to have some people go crazy in the streets, angry and frustrated. And the other is to have a big show or a splash, a great big service. Naturally, I want neither. I cannot prevent anybody from getting angry or mad or frustrated. I can only hope that they'll turn anger and frustration and madness into something positive.
He didn't just change the laws, he changed the face of who belongs in the room. This was the story of Harvey Milk.